Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our yoga class today. I'm coming to you live from Lewis, Delaware, courtesy of Midway Fitness and Motion. Really excited to have everyone here. Today's practice, we're going to be focusing on hamstrings. Those are the three muscles on the back of your thigh. If you don't have a strap or a towel right now, I'd really recommend that you get one. However, if you don't have a towel or strap, I'll show you the modifications that you can simply do with your hands as we start our practice. Let's start by coming to an easy seat, centering ourselves. Close your eyes and bring your awareness inward. Let go of your day, your checklist, your to-dos, and focus this next hour on your yoga practice. Starting with 3 long, even breaths. Breathing in, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Bring hands together at heart center, setting an intention for our practice. Something you'd like to achieve, some energy that you'd like to send to someone, or energy that you'd like to receive. And then take your strap or your towel, and again, if you don't have one, I'll show you the modifications. Lay down onto your mat. I'm going to orient myself so that it's a little more clear with the video. Well, who let you out? Excuse me, everyone. This is Tiberius in the flesh. Hello. He would love to do yoga with us, but he'll be all over. All right. Now, all right, enough with the guest video, the guest arriving. So take your towel or your strap and then place the towel or strap over the ball of your right foot and then lay down onto your mat, lifting your right leg up in the air. If you don't have a towel or strap, you can interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and then just lift your leg in the air. If you have your towel or strap, start giving a gentle pull on the towel or strap as you push your heel towards the ceiling. Back of the head is connected to the floor. Relax the back of your head. And you can make the back of your neck long by bringing your chin slightly to your chest. Keep breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And now take your towel or strap in your right hand and then open your right leg to the side. If you don't have a towel or strap, you can hold on to the back of your thigh as you push your heel. Left hand, you may want to put it on top of your left front hip bone. Work to be even on the back side of your hips as you inhale and exhale. And then coming back up, switch hands with the strap and then send your leg over to the left-hand side. Right arm goes out straight, perpendicular to the body. Gaze to your right thumb. Push into both your right heel and your left heel. So both legs are very engaged as you're twisting and breathing in through your nose and exhale. And now come back to vertical. Let up on your strap or relax your hands behind your thigh and then take your leg at about 30 degrees. Keep the back of your hips connected to the floor. As you push into your heel, breathe in through your nose and exhale. Work to connect the back side of your hips to the floor. You push through your right heel. And then take that right leg again at about 30 degrees. We're working the outer right hip through the outer right thigh. A couple more breaths as you inhale and exhale. Now come back to vertical. Walk your hands up your strap or walk up your leg. Back of the head now is off the floor. Perhaps you're binding to your toes. Perhaps you're just holding onto the strap. As you push into the heel, breathe in through your nose and exhale. Folding over the right leg. Inhale and exhale. And then release. Give your right knee a hug to your chest. Move the knee around a little bit, work the hip joint, and then switch sides. Left leg goes into the air, strap or towel around the ball of the foot, push the left heel. Again, you can interlace your fingers, place them on the back of your left thigh. Head is connected to the floor, so relax through your jaw, your tongue, as you breathe. In through your nose and exhale. Place the straps into your left hand, open to the left. Again, you can take the left hand and hold the back of the thigh. Right hand holds the right front hip toward the floor. You're working to keep connected to the back of the hips to the floor, all the while pushing through both heels. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then come back through center. Switch sides. Left leg over, push into the heel. Left arm goes out to the side, perpendicular to the upper body, gaze to thumb. Breathe. Big breath in and exhale. Twist a little more. Should be feeling a stretch through that left leg and potentially the outer left hip. As you stack that left hip bone vertically over the right. Inhale and exhale. And then come back through vertical and allow the leg to move forward into 30 degrees. Connect the back of the left hip as you push through the left heel. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Couple more breaths here as you're working into the outer left thigh, into your TFL, into your IT band. Leg comes vertical, walk up the strap or walk up the leg. Head lifts up off the floor. Right leg may float a little bit, that's okay. Keep breathing in through your nose and exhale. And then release. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock a little side to side. And then rock along the length of your body, sitting up. I'm going to turn so that you can see a little bit better. Sitting up tall, Dandasana, staff posture. Place your hands beside your hips. Lift your chest up. Relax shoulders from your ears. Shoulder blades move toward one another. And then push your thighs to the floor. Pull toes to knees. Stare at your big toes. That's going to give your chin a slight tuck, and then you're working to be long through the back of your neck. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. You can give yourself a little toe yoga by flaring your toes wide. Give them a little separation. You can take the pinky toes and you can start to curl them toward one another. And then come back to neutral and then try and turn the other way. So you're bringing the pinky toes best you can. This one's a lot harder. But pushing through the big toe mound, peeling the toes back, come back to neutral, spread those toes wide. Seated forward fold. If you're feeling very tight in your hamstrings, I highly recommend sitting on a block. Gonna get your hips a little bit higher than your knees. And then everyone, lift your arms up overhead. Stretch through your side body, hinging at the hip. Keep a flat back, and then fold over your legs. Hands can be at your shins, ankles, toe bind. You can put your hand over the sole of your foot. You can grab the edge of the foot, whatever works for you. And of course, if you have that towel or strap, put it over the ball of your feet. Big effort to keep that back as flat as possible. Hinge at the waist. So think of you have a hinge pin going through your hip and then a steel rod in your spine. You would only be moving very flatly, leading with the chest. Although it may be gratifying to round the back and fold deeper, we're working more into the hamstrings and less into the back area. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Inhale, slowly come back up. And then we're going to take Janu Shirshasana, seated tree. I'm going to turn again so you can see a little bit better. Left leg stays straight. Right foot goes to your inner right thigh, heel to the floor, knee to the floor also. Lift the arms up again. Feel that stretch. Anytime I ask you to reach your arms, I'm asking for you to be energetic. Reach up through the ribs, through the arms. Now turn to face your left leg, square off to it. And then exhale, fold. Bind to the edges of your feet or use your towel or strap. Press left thigh to floor as you pull left toes to knees. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Your right shoulder is going to want to float up higher than the left. Keep it even. Gaze should be toward your left knee or left upper shin. Inhale and exhale. Inhale coming up. Left hand, place it on your right knee. Right arm reaches up to the air. Now turn your right ribs towards the back of your mat and then reach over your right ear toward your left toes. Keep breathing, expanding, and exhale, twisting. Inhale, fill the lungs with air, and exhale, reaching a bit forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise up. Place your right hand behind you. Sit up tall and twist over your right shoulder. Breathe in, feel a vertical lift. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, expand. Exhale, twist. Breathing in through your nose and exhale. And then gently release. Take a little counter twist to the left. Switching sides. Your right leg goes straight. Your left foot to the inner thigh. Draw the heel up. Lift the arms. Turn. Fold over your legs. Bind to the edges of your feet. Press right thigh to the floor, right toes to knees. It's left shoulder that wants to float a little higher than the right here. Even things out as you use the breath to fold over the right leg. Inhale evenly and exhale evenly. And then inhale, coming back up. Right hand goes to the left knee. Left arm lifts up. Turn the ribs to the left. And then reach over the ear toward the right toes. Stay active in your right leg. Right thigh to floor, right toes to knees. You reach over the ear and then bind to the toes if they're accessible. And if not, just leave the hand floating, but energetic. Don't just let the arm hang. Reach through that left arm. Inhale, rise. Left hand behind you. Sit up tall and twist over the left shoulder. Watch for your right sitting bone. There's a temptation to allow that to rise up so that you can deepen in the twist, but rather be rooted in the sitting bones and twist in your mid-back. Breathe in through the nose and exhale. And then release. Take a counter twist. Cross your legs, roll over the top of your feet. Hands come to shoulder distance. Walk your feet back and then lift your hips up into downward facing dog. As you root through your heels, lift your hips up, draw chest to thigh. Relax the back of the neck. Your gaze is about mid-thigh or perhaps to your belly button. Triceps are rotating towards one another. Breathe as you press into your hands and spread your fingers wide. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Notice how the back of your legs feel, in particular your hamstrings. Gaze forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, fold over your legs. Inhale, reach your arms, gaze up to your thumbs, and then exhale, stand into Tadasana. Sun salute A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift to halfway. And then exhale, walk or float your feet back. High push-up or knees, chest, chin to the floor. Or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Lift your hips, roll over your feet. Downward facing dog. Continue to focus on your breath. Breath is equal in its importance to the alignment in the asana as well as the transitions. 1-to-1 ratio of inhale to exhale. Steady and even throughout our practice. Best you can. On your next inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float to the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, reach your arms, gaze up to your thumbs. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift to halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor. Chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Take your left hand to your right shin or ankle, down dog twist. Gaze up through your right armpit. Keep neutral hips best you can. Work to twist from your mid-back, thoracic spine. Inhale, hands to the top, switch sides. Big inhale to the side body. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, hands back to the top, feet to fist distance. Look forward, right foot steps to the right hand. Spin your left heel down, rise up to warrior one. Reaching your arms up overhead. Right knee is over the right ankle. Left leg, push into the outside edge and then draw your right hip back as you draw your left hip forward and then reach up through your fingertips. Gaze can be forward or to the thumbs. As you inhale and then exhale, open up to warrior two. And I'm going to switch sides so you can see me better. All right, warrior two. Arms are reaching out. Left foot now turns to be nearly parallel. Notice that my spine is vertical. I'm not reaching forward in my warrior two, but rather sitting down in my hips, and you can walk your right foot forward to get even deeper in the posture. Gaze goes over the right middle finger. Flip your right palm and reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Shorten your stance and then reach forward. Let your hand come to your shin, your ankle, or your toe bone. And then lift your left arm up, gaze to the thumb, triangle posture. Work to engage core. Lift through that left hand, reaching up to the left arm, flatten yourself to the imaginary wall behind you. Legs are straight. push into the outside edge of the feet as you draw the right thigh back to the left foot. Your gaze should be up to your left thumb. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling. And then inhale, rise. Shorten and widen your stance for pyramid posture. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Feet are as wide as your hips, or perhaps a little wider. Left foot trails. Straightening your legs, take opposite elbows or reverse prayer behind your back. Push into the outside edges of your feet. Lead with your chest and fold forward. Breathe into the back side of your right thigh. Inhale and exhale, focusing on your hamstrings. Steady breath in through your nose and exhaling. And then inhale, rise. And then fold forward. Place your hands onto the mat. Right knee bends, right foot meets left. High push up to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward. Right heel spins down. Inhale, rise. Warrior one on the left side. Right hip is moving forward, left hip back. I'm pushing into the outside edge of my right foot, reaching up through my right fingertips. Breathe in through the nose and exhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Add some distance, a little bit longer on the mat. And you're reaching and gazing over the left fingers. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Flip your left palm. Reverse your warrior. Reaching up and back. Great space in between your ribs. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Reach forward, triangle. Hand to shin. Gaze goes up. Draw my left thigh back to the right foot. Breathe into the back of your left thigh as you reach up through your fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, rising up. Pyramid on the left. Turn to face the front. Now the left foot is in front of the right. Turn the hips so the front hip bones point to the front of the mat as you take opposite elbows. Try and swap out from what you did last time. Push into the outside edges of the feet. Feel tall as you lead with your sternum. Hinge at the waist. Fold over the left leg. You can lift your left kneecap toward your left waist crease to help firm your left thigh. This will help, in turn, release the back of the thigh, the hamstrings. Inhale through the nose and exhale. And then inhale, rising up. Turn to face the long end of your mat. Widen your stance for wide-legged folds. Reach your arms out. The wrists should be over the ankles or the edges of the feet to give you the proper measurement. And then big toes slightly turned inward. Bring your hands to waist. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands to the imaginary line drawn between your big toes. As you lift your hips up, let your head hang. Breathe in through the nose and exhaling. You can shift your weight forward to the balls of the feet and back to the heel. As you inhale and exhale, keep lifting the hips, folding forward. Breathe in through your nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale, hands to waist, chin gaze up to the ceiling. Lift your sternum high as you engage your glutes, bun cheeks. Shift your hips forward. Breathe into your inner thigh. As you keep lifting the chest up, articulate your spine. So you're using the muscles around the spine to work from the waistband upward toward the shoulder blades. All of the back bends that we do in yoga should get away from the lower back. We work to bring that extension, that crescent in the spine to the mid-back. And then exhale, come back to neutral. Take your hands behind your back, interlacing your fingers, push the fist away, spread across the collarbone. Exhale, fold forward, lift your arms up and over. Breathe into the back of your legs. Create softness in the shoulder. If you're feeling particularly tight in the shoulders, you can take your strap or towel, shoulder distance, push that strap or towel away, rip it in half, and create some more space. Reach the arms up and over. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Hands come to waist. Inhale, rise up. Chin gaze up to the ceiling. Shift the hips forward. And then exhale, fold to halfway. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. And then begin to widen your stance. Wide-legged splits. Turn your toes to point to the long end of the mat. Samakhanasana. As you push into the outside edges of the feet, you have the option of coming down onto your forearms, and you can widen the stance. You can rock back and forth. The legs are straight. As you inhale and exhale. Inhale, come back to your hands if you've gone to the forearms. Bring your feet a bit closer to one another. Bend your left knee, start turning to the right. Forward splits. If you have a block, grab it now. Place one block underneath hands. If you have two blocks, the blocks go under the hands. Stack your left hip over your left knee. Right leg goes out straight. Big toes are coming toward the knee. You're welcome to stay here, or you can begin to gently allow your right heel to go forward. Use the block if you have it. Keep the chest square, hips are square. Tendency is that the left hip wants to drop back. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then gently fold over your left leg. Inhale, coming back toward half forward splits. Start turning to the left. Let your right knee come to the floor. Now you're on both knees facing to the left. Left leg goes out straight. Stack up hip over knee, hands to waist or on a block. And then you can stay here, pulling left toes toward the knee, or you can begin to mindfully take your left heel forward, work on those hips, and breathe. Forward splits. Inhaling and exhaling. This posture is also known as Hanumanasana, the monkey god. Inhale and then exhale. Slowly fold forward. Inhale, coming back up, and then turning toward the right. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, lift your hips up, hands to waist, chin gaze up to the ceiling, back bend, stretch the front of your throat, and then come back to neutral. Walk your feet together, heel toe them, till you get to hips distance. We're going to build some strength in a standing balance, and there's some options here for you. So we're going to be doing a variation of a Mula Bandha strengthening or root lock strengthening. Left hand to waist, left elbow back. Start shifting your weight into your left foot. Option to draw the right knee up to the chest and stay there. Option to place your hand underneath and you can point the toes away. Option to have both hands to waist and then lift that right leg up as high as you can. Avoid leaning back. Stack up over your left leg. Keep breathing in through your nose and exhale. And then exhale, right leg down. Switching sides, you may want to give your left leg a shake. Give the hips a little shake. Hands to waist, or you can have your left hand out as left knee comes up. Hold it there. Or you can put your hand underneath your thigh and hold the leg, or bring hands to waist. Stand up tall, avoid leaning back. Lift that left leg up as high as you can. Keep breathing. Squeeze your outer hips in. Lift up to the pelvic floor, inch below the belly button, in and up to the heart. As you inhale, exhale, leg down to the floor. Give your left leg, right leg a shake. Give the hips a little shake. And then stand at the top of your mat in Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift to halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Lift your hips. Down dog. Look forward. Jump through to your seat, or you can just walk your feet forward, cross your shins, and then sit down. We're going to take Dandasana and Paschimottanasana again and see what the effects have been of our standing postures on the back of our legs. So for staff posture, Dandasana, hands beside your hips, elbows draw in, sit up tall, stare at the big toes, push the thighs to the floor and breathe. You can spread those toes again, do your toe yoga. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift your arms straight up overhead, lead with the sternum, and then fold over the legs. Let the chin come toward the chest as you breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then inhale, coming back up. Baddha Konasana, round angle. Option to sit on a block again if the inner thigh or your knees or inner thigh is tight. Perhaps you find your knees up toward your armpit in this position. Otherwise, the soles of the feet together and bring your heels close to the hips. Hands wrap around the toes or open feet like a book, elbows to inner thighs. Sit up tall, leading with your sternum. Hinge at the waist, first with a very flat back. Sitting up tall, leading with your chest as you breathe in through your nose and exhale. Steady and even. Inhaling and exhaling. Now inhale, come up, round your spine. Shoulders roll forward, push your mid-back backwards. Hinge at the waist. Keep pressing your heels in toward each other as you send your knees toward the floor. You'll be using your elbows to assist with that. Let your breath lead you in through the nose and exhale, fold. Breathing in evenly and exhaling evenly. And then inhale, come up. Move your feet forward. Legs are still in a diamond shape. And then exhale, fold. Place your forehead towards or into the arches of your feet. Breathe in evenly and exhaling evenly. Inhale, slowly come it up. Working into our hips. Left leg goes straight. Take your right foot and put it into the left elbow crease of your left arm. Hands, so right arm wraps around your right knee and interlace the fingers. Then sit up tall. Draw your right toes toward your right knee. And then lift your right shin bone up and towards the chest. All the while staying very intentional in your left leg. Left thigh to floor, left toes to knees. Sit up even taller, particularly the lower back. Notice what you're doing there. Can you get a little taller through the crown of your head, chin slightly to the chest. And you can give a gentle rock back and forth. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then release. Rock the baby on the other side. Left foot to right elbow crease. Left arm wraps around, interlaced fingers. Push into the left heel as left toes come to knee. Sit up tall. Right thigh to floor. And then lift the shin bone up into the chest. You gently rock side to side. Breathe in through your nose and exhale through the nose. Good. A little taller. Inhale and exhale. Let it down. You can give your legs a little shake. Working into our core. Sit up tall as you hug your knees to your chest. Then, as you sit up even taller through the crown of your head, take your arms and reach them in front of you. Keep your feet connected to the floor if you're going to stay here. Option to come to your toes. Option to lift your shins till they're parallel to the floor. Sit up tall in the lower back. Avoid leaning or rounding down. Navasana. Other options are to lift the arms along the length of the body or straighten the legs. You stare at the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your heels to float over the floor and then lay down onto the floor. Reach your arms up overhead. Flutter kick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to full boat, lifting up tall for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees, lift up through the crown of the head, and then deliberately round the spine, shoulder blades away from one another. Keep your feet connected to the floor, arms reach in front of you. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, start lowering down to the mat. Sacrum is touching now for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Lower back is touching. Glitch point, pin the belly button to the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2. Shoulder blades make contact. 1. Dynamic bridge posture. Place your feet underneath your knees. Hands go beside the hips. Lay down onto your back. Head is connected to the floor. Push into the heels. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. Scoot your shoulder blades a little closer to one another. Option to leave hands where they're at or clasp the hands. And then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down, then inhale. Lift your hips up to the air. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Inhale, back up. Pushing into the heels to begin with, and then engage your glutes, your bum cheeks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. 2 more. Inhale, back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Inhale, back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back down. Now, I want you to take a 10 breath back bend of your own choice. There are lots of options here.
One would be to simply return back to bridge posture. Very same posture we were doing dynamically, but now you're going to lift and hold for 10 breath cycles. You'll count that on your own. So each inhale and exhale counts as one breath. If you have a block nearby, you can place the block at any height underneath your sacrum. We have 3 heights on our block, and then you can hang out here. If you have Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel in your practice, take your hands over your shoulders, elbows come in, and then you're going to push into your heel, and then you'll lift up into your wheel. Your choice about what you would like to do in your body, your practice. We are about 5 breath cycles into this. Stay long and even in your breaths. The tendency with the back bends is to go short, shallow, rapid. You want those long parasympathetic breath cycles. Breathe in, keep lifting up the hips, create that spinal extension. Inhale through your nose and exhale. And then find your way back down when you hit that 10th breath cycle. First counter posture is to hug your knees to your chest as you lay on the mat. Rock side to side. And then begin pressing the lower back sacrum tailbone to the floor. Breathe in evenly and exhale evenly. Supine twist, take your knees to the right. If you have options here, so you can cross your legs left over right, it's called eagle legs. And you can take your left arm out to the side, shoulder blade slowly starts to make its way to the floor as you gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. Twisting and breathing. Other options would be you could straighten out the right leg like we did in our first twist on the floor, pushing into that left heel. Breathe in and breathe out. And then coming back through neutral, give yourself that nice hug. So knees to chest, and then push the lower back sacrum to the tailbone to the floor. It's a hamstring stretch, also articulating through the lower back. And then switch sides. Your option, eagle legs, straight legs, knees stacked up, hips stacked up. Whatever works best for you, your body, your practice. Then use your breath. You take big breaths in through your nose and exhale. Breathe in evenly, same length, and then exhale the same length. Come back through neutral. And then hug your knees to your chest. One last time. Supine figure 4 for our hip openers. Left foot to the floor, right ankle on top of left knee. Right hand goes through the circle you've created. Interlace on top of the left shin or behind the left thigh. Right toes to knees, so the knees move forward. Lift your forehead toward your knee. And then press the lower back sacrum tailbone to the floor. Breathe into those muscles on the right outer hip. Inhaling and exhaling. And then switch sides, left ankle, right knee, left arm, through that circle, interlace behind the right thigh or on top of right shin. Knee starts tracking away, the left knee that is. The Forehead gets closer, then lower the sacrum, tailbone to the floor. Flatten, connect the whole of the spine to the mat, all the while trying to create this tighter ball shape. In through your nose and exhale. And then release. Hug your knees to your chest and rock a little side to side. Rock along the length of your spine. And then find your way back up to a seated posture. One more check-in with our legs. Sometimes helping to open the hips can also help out. So, Dandasana, staff posture. Push thighs to floor, lift up. Reach up through your arms, lead with your sternum. And then see if you can't reach a little deeper in the posture with less effort. Have you made progress for you? This is not necessarily, I don't want you to think like I'm expecting you to reach your toes, or I just want you to measure your own progress. So perhaps your hands were mid-shin, and now you're able to reach a little more toward the ankles. Perhaps, maybe now you're actually touching the toes. Neck is relaxed, chin toward the chest as you inhale evenly and exhale evenly. And then inhale, coming up. Now it's time for inversions. And I offer you lots of choices for your inversions. A very lovely, simple inversion can be to lay on your back, lift the legs in the air, and push the heels. If you would like to turn toward a wall, this is called waterfall. You can put your legs up there. If you have a block, lift your hips up, put your hips on the block, and then hands can come to your belly, out to the side. This posture is called waterfall. So the legs are higher than the hips, and the hips are slightly higher than the heart. So that's what counts as an inversion. If you have shoulder stand in your practice, and you are already instructed on how to take shoulder stand, feel free to take that. And then take your plow and death man's posture. Any other postures that work for you can also help out. You're working on your headstand. Remember to have elbows at shoulder distance. And we measure that by wrapping fingers around the triceps. Hands come to the basket shape as the crown of the head moves to the floor. If you lift your hips up, one lovely headstand would be to take ball shape, and you're just going to hang out here and keep that ball shape, pushing in the elbows and engaging core. Send your shoulders to the ceiling. And then of course you can always make your thighs parallel to the floor, and then you can begin to unwind and lift up and stay here. I want 20 breath cycles minimum in your inversion. So if you started right away, you're probably at least halfway through. Giving ourselves about another minute to allow our circulatory system to be challenged. That's different pressures. To allow the lymphatic system to drain out of the legs. To improve your concentration. When you are upside down, you must be focusing on doing that. We're so used to standing on our feet. One of the great things about doing inversions is it takes all your concentration to stay in that inversion. And the nice effect of that is that some of the mind chatter goes away when you're working on something so intently. Stay in your breath.
When you have hit your 20th breath cycle, that's approximately 2 minutes. Take your time to move through your counter postures. Most inversions will take a child's posture. If you are legs up against the wall and you think you'd like to stay there for the meditation, please feel free to give yourself permission to do that. Or perhaps you'd like to join those that are legs against the wall. Shoulder standers, you're the exception. You take fish posture and do that for 5 to 8 breaths in your counter. And we'll begin to settle in toward our rest and meditation. If you've taken child's posture and would like to stay there, feel free to do that. If you would like to lay down onto your back, Savasana. As you recline down, take your legs to 30 degrees and allow the feet to open to the side. Arms are at about 30 degrees, palms up to the ceiling. And then scoop the shoulder blades slightly closer to one another, giving your heart a shelf to rest on. Relax the back of the neck, make it long, so chin slightly to the chest. Feel that lengthening. If you would like to take a seated meditation, Sukhasana, half or full lotus, feel free to do that. Your wrists draped over your knees. Palms to the floor to feel grounded. Palms to the ceiling to receive energy. Wherever you're at, we're going to take about the next 5 minutes to let go of effort, to let go of breath, and to meditate. In your meditation, you can take many forms of it. One would be to scan your body on a physical level. You can move through the major body parts and just take notice of how they feel different to you. Or are you more aware of your legs, your hips, your arms, your back muscles? Then take a scan of your energetic body. And by this I mean both the nervous system. Do you feel a little more calm, a little more relaxed in your nervous system? And then on a more subtle level, take notice of the energy in your body. In yoga we call this prana. You've been generating prana through our asana practice. You've been absorbing it from the environment around you, and perhaps maybe it's even possible to virtually absorb it from each other. If we were in a studio, I would say that you were absolutely absorbing it from one another. Finally, check in with your mind. Notice if it's a little stiller and quieter than it was when you started your practice or earlier this morning. Working to continue to be still in the mind. Be here and now, not in the past, not in the future, but solely focused on your meditation. Start bringing some awareness back to your body by wiggling your fingers, your toes. Engage your calves, your thighs. If you are laying on your backside, roll to the right-hand side of your body in a fetal position. Rebirth, reawakening. With eyes closed, find your way to a seated posture of choice. Spine long, chest lifted, shoulders away from ears, restrict over knees, tallness through the crown of your head. We'll end our practice where we began, 3 long, even breaths. Breathing in, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Bring your hands together at heart center. Reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of our practice together. The light in me honors the light in you. We bow towards one another. Namaste. Thank you everyone for your hard and beautiful work. Thank any neighbors around you for sharing their energy with you. If you do have any questions or you'd like to see something particular in one of these classes, feel free to either put comments or you can DM me directly, either at my Facebook page, John Thurman Yoga, or John Thurman. If you do to the Midway one, I still see those comments too. Take care, everyone, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Be well, and thank you again for your time. Namaste.